Hello and welcome to our program Where God Weeps, a program where we talk about the situation of the suffering church around the world. After years of civil war, the Democratic Republic of Congo saw an end to years of dictatorship and power abuse. However, it didn't mean the beginning of a new flourishing period for this country. This African nation still suffers political instability and high levels of corruption that have a damaging effect in the population. To know more about the situation and the work of the Church in the Democratic Republic of Congo, it is my privilege to welcome Sister Pelagee Banze of the Daughters of St. Paul. Sister, welcome to our program.
Thank you.
Sister, you are originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Yes.
You were born and raised there.
Yeah.
Since we're going to talk about the work of the church in this country, I would like to start our conversation, Sister. If you can describe us, what was it for you to grow in this very beautiful, very rich country that nevertheless has so much difficulties with poverty and with social crisis and problems?
For me, first of all, I thank the Lord for having given to me a good family where I grew, because I'm the second from 13.
13 children in your family.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So the family has been Catholic forever.
Yeah. The family has been Catholic, but when they are over 18, so some have changed, but
Yes.
This is the reality of every family. So I grew in that family. My father was a soldier and my mom. So they were really struggling in order to help us grow up. My mom had to sell something in order to come to meet the needs of the family. It is how we grew, but with joy in that family, and we knew that, and the mom and dad, they give us that sense of responsibility. Growing up, and also you start to sell something in order to buy clothes for yourself. It is the way we grew, like this.
Sister, in those days, what was the political situation of Congo?
Those days, it was peace in Congo. Only when maybe I was maybe 80, when there was the war of Kolwezi. It is the one I knew, the war of Kolwezi. And then we grew up like this, but with this struggling of how to grow well, because we are not even the middle class, we were under, like this. But it is not only the situation of my family, but the situation of
most of the country, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And what are the Daughters of St. Paul doing nowadays in Congo?
Yeah.
What kind of apostolate?
Yeah, mostly we have 5 bookshops, and we have also the editorial. Lastly, we have published the African Bible in French, which has come out. So we have that. And also we have a small studio for radio, and the sister making up like this for television, to make the program of television.
So it is important, the use of mass media to evangelize still, and to do this work in the country.
Yeah, because Congolese people appreciate our mission. And that is why you, differently with other Daughters of St. Paul, will find in our bookshop scholar books, because they don't find other. We decide that we have to remove scholar books. They say, no, sisters. We have to keep them because we don't have where we have to go.
This would be the only place where they can
Yeah,
get
but
them.
now there are other people who are coming out.
Sister, now that we're talking about books, evidently about reading,
Yeah,
and we have to talk about education.
yeah,
And Congo, unfortunately, has a very particular situation with education because it is not free in the country. So it has a very high illiteracy rate.
yeah, yeah.
And so how do you face this challenge as a congregation that depends so much in people reading?
Yeah, this is a big problem because really many of the children don't go to school because the family cannot
Afford.
afford that. But we try. We try. That is why even in the bookshop we have put even university books, some books in order to live also. If we don't do that, we cannot. I notice even that religious and priests don't read a lot. Because first when there were a lot of missionaries, yes. But now Congolese, I don't see that because there is the crisis even in the congregation. Because the missionaries have gone. And people, there is a lot of diocesan congregation. They cannot even afford how to live.
So talking about books is really a luxury.
Yeah. That is why we do our best, even when we are ordering books in France, we have to look how we can get them, the cheaper one, so that people can afford.
So that you can reduce the cost.
Yeah.
Sister, tell me about the faith of the Congolese people. They are very religious people, but how can you describe how they live their faith?
In nowadays, this is the main things, because Congo, it is really the first a big Christian country of Africa, Congo. But in nowadays, we can say because there is now a lot of sects. Catholics are going out, because this is also the question we can ask us, following even the talk of the Pope Francis. How our pastors
are reaching to these people.
Reaching to these people. Were they responding to their needs? What? And that is why they go also out in the sect.
To other Christian denominations.
Our other Christian denomination, because there they found warmth, maybe they are listened than the priest in the Catholic Church. I can say that also. This is also the phenomenon. Or maybe they are going to look for prosperity, to have money because of the poverty. So this is the challenge, to live really as a Christian and as a Catholic Christian. It is the challenge today, the challenge of witness, the challenge of living nearby Christians.
As the Holy Father has said, to reach the peripheries. People that are in the outskirts of
because
society, not only the city, but society.
It is the big challenge. Listen to the Pope. For me, I see also it is the challenge of the Church of Congo.
And what a wonderful thing that you are so involved in this, and to be able to respond to this call, because you are in a country that really, really needs this kind of
for us, in our mission, it is, as I said, as I was a delegate, a man superior of my congregation during these 6 years, really I helped I was helping my sisters in order our bookshop to have books which people can afford. Yeah, in this way really, and looking for those who published so that they can give us also less price so that we may maintain at least books cheaper. That is why I've said that we have produced African Bible in French. It is the pastoral Bible. And then it is arriving, but the men, how we organize ourselves, it is not only selling. So we are organizing formation on the
Great.
Bible. So even already Ivory Coast, last weekend, they welcome more than 200 people. So in this weekend, they are giving that. Congo, I've heard in Lubumbashi, they are having that because we have tried to build also the bookshop to have a hall where we have to give formation.
To give formation for the people.
Yeah,
now,
today, yeah.
Sister, let me ask you this. Why do you define it as African French Bible?
Why?
Why?
Because we tried to put in the notes, to, what they are saying? Enculturate.
Enculturation.
Yeah. Because it's commented by African.
So it's the Bible, but or those
it
footnotes.
It is only footnotes.
And,
Yeah. Because for us, they gave us the ecumenical Bible, the main text, it is that. But the difference, it is in the introduction and in the footnotes.
And that's very important, I guess, because people can understand parables and stories in their own cultural context.
Yes.
So, as I was saying, moving from the capital more to the frontiers, there is this problem of young boys getting recruited by militia, and they're literally children soldiers.
Yeah.
How can we stop this terrible situation?
But it is the main question, even ourselves, really, when we watch news, when we hear from that eastern part of Congo, Butembo, Goma, Bukavu.
Why is it so unstable, that particular region, sister?
Because there is the mines, there is coltan, the main product for the phones.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I don't know if I can even say that. They say that Rwanda, it is the first product of that. But Rwanda does not have coltan. Coltan, it is from our side. That is why they nourish that rebellion in order that zone we cannot have control, and they come, they take. Can you imagine Uganda coming in Congo? Rwanda and Uganda coming to fault, to make war between themselves in Kisangani in another country. This is the reality we have lived. So these children, they are not going by themselves. At time, they kill the parents and they take these children in order to go to the war, and they are dying, many of them. How can we stop it? It is a complex situation.
And it becomes an international responsibility.
It is international. It is not only my people from Congo that are involved inside, but the one also from outside, they are there. So it is a way of keeping that part with us so that mans are going illegally out. And we are there, we are dying.
And talking about dying and these difficult situations, the violence against women, sister, it's also a staggering problem in Congo. Why?
Why? If you have war in that side. You have soldiers. War call also to violate women. It is not only women, only children, even grandmom. It is, no, we cannot talk, it is not human. How can they do that? Also, there is maybe one aim inside. As there is that side mind, they want to destroy people, so that, because it is also, they ban the village and it remains free so that they may take. It is also that violence of women, it is also a kind of war.
Yes.
It is a kind of war.
Unfortunately, it has become a weapon.
Yeah, it is a weapon. Yeah, it is a weapon in order to destroy people morally, spiritually, really. It is a big problem, that side. If there was peace, also, we could not have that. But in Kinshasa, I heard also this kind of raping children, maybe of some months, some years. Why? Because they want to have, it is the poverty.
Yeah.
The person want money. They go to the witch. They say, if you do that, you will have now money. You see, it is the poverty, the misery which bring up this kind of situation, this kind of belief.
Yes. And that was another of my questions, sister. I mean, and I'm sorry that I'm talking about these very difficult topics, because it is a wonderful country with wonderful people like yourself.
Yeah.
But you know, in the news and what we read and we watch in media, it's always this crisis and problems. And another topic is this these accusations against children for witchcraft. And it's also something particularly of the region.
For also this kind of situation leaves also this situation of the children that they call that they are witches, but they don't have that. It is the phenomenon of divorce for me. I consider that like this. And the situation of poverty also. If my dad divorced with the first woman, when she takes the second one want to be alone, so he created that these children are witch. These are like this, and she make them suffer, and she does not give food. And that time, they go now. We have that phenomenon, big phenomenon of the children of the streets. Really, it is another weapon, because they became thieves and bandits who killed other people during the night. It is a big weapon in Kinshasa, in the big cities.
So much that has to be done, sister. And the church is doing a lot.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the bright side of Congo. And part of it is the work of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
The church is involved in or literally managing most of the primary schools.
Yeah, secondary school.
40-something% also for secondary schools.
Yeah.
So the church in education is very important.
Yeah.
Does that give to the church a sense of leadership and respect in the country?
Yeah. It gives to the church leadership and respect, because in this kind of crisis, it is only the church who is working in the social level. When I speak social level, it is education. For those who are affording, yes, maybe they create even maybe some quota of those who they have to support. And also for the health, you find dispensaries, hospital, the sisters who are working.
Health services.
Yeah.
The church is providing.
Yeah,
as well.
really, they are in the social. It is the church who have handled the country, I can say like this. Even for the situation we have talking, the children who took these children, there are some congregation, men and women, who are doing this kind of work. So it is always the church. That is why the Church of Congo, the conference, national conference, always have a word. When he sees that the politician takes a kind of decision, they come out with the declaration. In the social level, it is the church really who is doing a lot. We can say even 80%. It is the church. Can you understand that? I think it is more than 15 years. We don't have free school, and the parents were not paid. Teachers were not paid, small only. And the parents, instead of leaving children to school, they united themselves so that they have to pay the teachers. And it is going on today. Up to date, it is going on. But this, it is the responsibility of the state.
It should be responsibility of the government.
Can you imagine that? The parents who don't have salary have to do all to pay each month for the children.
And sister, do they value education? The parents acknowledge how important it is for their children to have an education?
Yeah, that is why they are making a lot of sacrifice in order to send children to school. But many are not studying. Because if you don't have to eat, how are you going to send children to school? Those who afford, they send.
You know, when you're describing all the activities that the church has in the country, the first thing that comes to mind is like you need a lot of people, a lot of religious people working in the church and for the church. How is the situation of vocations in the country for religious and for the priesthood? Yeah,
we have still vocation. We have still vocation. But now the country is going toward an improvement or development.
Yes.
So in the city, young people want to do studies, university, they are following with university studies. So you cannot find vocation in the city. They are becoming a bit difficult to have because the country is improving, you see? But the vocation are coming from the countryside. Vocation are still there, but it is, we have to work because our superior are saying it is the time. You have to work for really the vocation because the time also will come that they will not be there, but the vocation are there.
Sister, and finally, I think a very important question. What do you think are the main needs of the church there? What do you want our audience, our viewers, to know about the church in your beautiful country?
The Church of Congo really is involved in the social level. But the things we have to say that the church really is involved in the social level. Catholic Church, it is really active. And is the one also is struggling in this area where there is the war. They are there. This really, we have it in Congo. And the bishops, they are always speaking for the people. Because the people, when there is the crisis in the government, they are expecting that the church can take position. That is one real in Congo, it is there. But we need always, for me, I say witness. That witness we have to give to the people. as, for me I say, as the Pope is speaking, it is for everybody. We have to examine ourselves. How are we going? Because as I say that there is this kind of poverty, everybody, even in the church, we can go at the side of looking money and you forget the people. This is the intention.
Well, sister, thank you so much for being with us today and for sharing these sad but at the same time hopeful stories. Well, thank you very much,
Thank
sister,
you
for being with us.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us in another program of Where God Weeps. If you want to know more about the situation of the church in the Democratic Republic of Congo, we encourage you to contact the information at the end of this program. Thank you, and God bless.